out there in YouTube land and all subsequent social media lands. Welcome to an all-new video. In this video we're going to be doing a review of a new horror film that just got released on the 24th of June. It was a really fantastic dumb film and I can't wait to talk about it, so we're going to get right into it. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Rizzle, TikTok, anywhere you can find a social media post. Look for me. Oh yeah. And always, let's get right into this! So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a review on a horror film that just came out about a week or so ago. And is just a really fantastically done film that is more of a thriller film than horror, but it is really technically a thriller horror film. And overall, it just is really fantastic, and I was really impressed by it. So I can't wait to talk about it, like I said before. And that happens to be the film called The Black Phone. Yeah, The Black Phone. Yeah. The Black Phone is amazing. It's so much fun, so enjoyable, and overall just a really fantastically done horror thriller film. I mean, everything about this film was so well executed. The acting in it, the writing, the look, everything about it was just so much fun and so well done. Now, this film happens to be directed none other by a great director who has directed a few other great films over the years and is just a really amazing director. I think he has a really great eye for how to direct, and I really enjoy what he brings to his directing ability. And that, of course, is the director known as Mr. Scott Derrickson! Oh yeah, Scott Derrickson! Woo! Scott Derrickson! Yeah! Oh my gosh, Scott Derrickson is so awesome, so amazing. You, of course, might know him as the director of the first Doctor Strange film. And he is just such an amazing director, and this is just another great accomplishment by him and his amazing directing ability. I mean, he just directed the crap out of this film and gave this really amazingly done film that I'm still thinking about this film since I saw it a couple days ago. I can't get it out of my head. It's just such a really fantastically done film. It was so amazing. Now, Scott Derrickson also directed another film that I really enjoyed, and it's another horror film that had huge success. And it actually stars one of the same stars that's in this film as well. And that happens to be the film called Sinister. Yeah, Sinister. Yeah. Sinister is another great horror film that just is really cool and just overall just a really interesting concept. And you know, I mean, it's kind of along the lines of like The Ring and so forth like that, but the whole story and origin behind it is so much more intriguing and so much more fun and just so amazingly done. And the acting in it and everything about it was just so well conceived. The era it looked, how it looked, and Scott just directed the crap out of it and gave us a really, really solid horror film that just was genuinely very horror and very simplistic, but at the same time just really enjoyable. If you haven't seen Sinister, definitely check it out for Scott's directing. He did a really great job with it. But like I was saying, he directed this so well, The Black Phone. Every intricate detail in the film, I think he just knew exactly what to do. You know, between the scenes where the boy's on the phone, between just how, you know, the main characters, like the bad guy's character and just how he was perceived, how he presented himself, the scenes where he's, you know, interacting with the different characters, and just overall just like every aspect of it, from, you know, the father to the sister to everything about it just was perfectly placed and so well directed and so well acted. It just was a really amazingly done film. If you haven't seen The Black Phone yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. It was really amazing, and Scott Derrickson directed the crap out of it. So this movie has a really great cast. A lot of new and upcomers in this film that just were really superb and really enjoyable, and overall just a really great ensemble cast. So to start us off with this cast is none other than the main bad guy himself, Mr. Ethan Hawke! Oh yeah, Ethan Hawke! Woo! Ethan Hawke! Woo! Ethan Hawke was so amazing in this film. He was so good, so evil, and at the same time so endearing as well that you liked his character, but even though you knew he was an evil person. And just how he played it off was so good and so on point, and just really did an amazing job. Now, of course, we've seen Ethan Hawke in several things over the years. I mean, he was just recently in the Moon Knight TV series. He was in the films, the After the Sunset films. He was in the, Taking Lives. He's been in a ton of things over the years, and just always is a really amazing actor that just always brings a really great perspective to his characters. Now, another film I really enjoyed him in is actually one when he was a kid. It was like one of his first films that came out in 1985 called The Explorers. Yeah, The Explorers with the late great River Phoenix. Oh man, this movie is so fantastic done, and Ethan was so awesome in this film. I think he was like 14 at the time. He just did such a phenomenal job. It's one of my favorites of his, until this film. And he just was so on point in that film at such a young age, and you just really enjoyed his character. You enjoyed what he brought to the characterization, and you just enjoyed his interactions with the other, actors in that film, and he just made it really fun. If you haven't seen The Explorers for Ethan's performance, definitely check it out. He was really fantastic in it. But when it comes to The Black Bone, he just amazed me. I was blown away by his performance in it. I love, even though he didn't have a ton of lines throughout the whole film, every single line, though, was so perfectly executed. And his body language and his performance when he wasn't talking was just so well executed as well. And just made it really intense, really enjoyable, and just overall just made the film very amazing. If you haven't seen Ethan Hawke in anything lately, definitely check him out in The Black Bone. He was really awesome. The next actor I'd like to talk about in this film is actually a supporting actor in the film that I thought he did a great job, and I was really impressed. I actually hadn't seen him in anything for a few years, and seeing him in this, he just played this character so well. And then, of course, is the actor known as Mr. Jeremy Davies. Oh yeah, Jeremy Davies, woo, Jeremy Davies! Oh my god, Jeremy Davies, he's always been a great actor. I've always enjoyed him in anything he's done. He's done a ton of things over the years. He's been in TV shows, he's been in movies, and he always plays his characters to the T. But yet, I never seen him really play like a dad role, and in this, him play the dad character that has an alcohol problem, that is dealing with tragedy, he just did it and put it to the T. He was so fantastic in this, and he just added to that already great ensemble that was in this film, and just added to the movie and made it so awesome. Now, another film he was in that I really enjoyed him in and thought he was really fantastic, probably one of my favorite roles of his, is, of course, a great 1996 film that had Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt in, called Twister. Yeah, Twister. Yeah. Great disaster film, one of my all-time favorites. Such a fantastic film. There definitely had its moments where, it just wasn't edited very well. But overall, it's just a really fantastically done film that Jan de Bont directed that was just kick-ass, really fun, and just overall just a really fantastic film. And Jeremy Davies, even though his character wasn't such a huge role, it's still every part he was in, he was just so fantastic. I really enjoyed how he brought to life how, what a person would be acting like if they had to deal with real tornadoes in real life. All the people that live in the Midwest that have to deal with tornadoes all the time. I can only imagine. And Jeremy Davies did such a great job of presenting that in this film that you really felt he was really dealing with a real twister in that film. It just was a really well done performance. And he had some great one-liners throughout the film, and just his interactions with the other characters all did very well. Really enjoyable performance by Jeremy. If you haven't seen Twister, definitely check him out. Mr. Jeremy Davies in that, he was really superb. Now, like I was saying, I just think he was so fantastic in this film. So well done, so well executed, and just did a really fantastic job. Other than that, he was a perfect casting, I think, and just a really great addition to the film. If you haven't seen Jeremy Davies anything recently, definitely check him out, The Black Bone. He was really good. This brings me to the final actress I like to talk about that was in this film, and that is none other than the sister herself of the main victim in the film, Mrs. Madeline McGraw. Oh yeah, Madeline McGraw, woo, Madeline McGraw, yeah! Oh my god. This young girl is amazing. From the moment she stepped on the screen, I was absolutely absolutely infatuated with her acting. She was just so amazing. She was phenomenal in this film, and I couldn't believe just how amazing of an actor she is for such a young girl. And I was really surprised with just the motion and range she was able to provide, and just overall just how well she interacted with everyone in the film and give us this really superb performance. I was blown away by her. She blew me away. She just was so good. And Madeline just did such an amazing job altogether, and just gave us a really outstanding performance, which I hope she gets some recognition for, because she just was that good at it. Now, another film she was in, she actually provided a voiceover for, and is of a character that we met in a previous film and ended up coming back sequel, but she actually ended up taking the voice casting role over of the previous person, for this film. And that happens to be the CGI animated film known as Toy Story 4! Woohoo! Toy Story 4! Woo! Toy Story 4! Yeah, so she actually ended up taking over the voice role from the previous actress of the character of Bonnie, which we first got introduced in Toy Story 3. And I really enjoyed her performance of the character. I thought she sounded exactly like the original girl. I thought she brought even more fun to the character and gave us that, more of that interaction that we didn't really get in Toy Story 3. We really saw like this significant change in Bonnie. She aged a little bit, and we could definitely see that, Madeline did just a really fantastic job of bringing Bonnie to life and giving us more of Bonnie. I just really enjoyed her voiceover, and I thought she did a really fantastic job. If you haven't seen Toy Story 4, definitely check out Madeline's voiceover. She did a really good job. But like I said, she was phenomenal in this film. I was blown away by her, like I said. As soon as she stepped on the screen, I could not take my eyes off her, because she just was so amazing in her acting ability. I mean, between the scenes with her and her brother, between her scenes with her and Jeremy Davids as her father, and between, the scenes where she's out there, searching and trying to find out with the supposed, premonitions she's having, or these dreams, to where her brother is, were just so well done. And hands down to her acting, but also to the direction of Scott Derrickson, too. She just was phenomenal in this film. If you haven't seen Madeline in anything, definitely check out On the Black Phone. She is the outstanding performance of this film. So what is The Black Phone about? Basically, it's about this serial killer that's abducting young boys and basically killing them. And when his last victim gets kidnapped, who happens to be the main boy of the film, he starts to have help from supposed previous people that have been killed there. It's like a ghost story. And at the same time, while he's dealing with being captive by the serial killer, his family's out there, or his sister, I should say, is out there trying to find out and help find him to keep him from being killed. And the movie's basically about him trying to escape and to get back home, along with the help of with these other ghosts, as you want to call them, in this film. It's a really superb thriller horror film. It was so well done, so well executed. I am literally in love with this film. I think it's one of my all-time favorite now thriller horror films of all time. I give this one a giant 10 Golden Movie Boxes up. Definitely can't wait to add this to collection. I was just blown away by this film. I haven't seen this good a thriller in a long time, type of deal. I mean, I'd put this up there with films like Brick, films of that caliber, by Rian Johnson and stuff like that. This is just a really fantastically done film. And once again, Scott Derrickson, he knows what the hell he's doing. He's so good as a director, and he just gave us this really great film again. If you haven't seen The Black Phone yet, definitely check it out now. Really fantastic film, really well done. So there's some great scenes in this film, that are really amazing. I mean, between the scenes where it shows Ethan Hawke, and some of the scenes where he's wearing the mask and stuff are just really amazingly done, and how the masks keep changing is really cool too as well. There's some great scenes where the sister's looking for a specific number or a specific thing out of a house. You see her out there in the streets riding her bike. You see some great scenes with the main boy that's captive, of things him doing in the basement to try to get free with the help of the ghost that he's dealing with. And you just have a lot of great scenes. I mean, there's some really cool abduction scenes that it shows, and with how Ethan Hawke lures the kids and gets them into his van, and just overall, just everything about this movie. There were so many great scenes that were just so fantastic done and just so well executed. Like I said, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Really fantastic film, great film, probably one of the best of 2022 so far. So that's it for this movie, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not have seen yet. And as always, people, if you want to show support the channel, you enjoy my channel, definitely check out my links down below. Either for my Patreon page, where you can go and get amazing exclusive extras when you become a part of my Patreon. You get outtakes, bloopers, all kinds of cool stuff like that, says and what I do next, all that kind of cool stuff. So definitely check that out. And always, people, if you're a horror fan, since this is a horror type of film, definitely check out the horror pack, where you get great horror films right to your door every month for a really great low price. So definitely check that out too. As always, people, catch you in the next one.